high school for most of us was already hell. But you know what's worse? If your parents decide to move you to a different country while you're in the middle of high school. My younger sister Jill had that exact experience. So this is not my story, but still, keep watching. Her high school life before America was heavenly because high school is amazing here in the Philippines. Literally all of your classmates are your best friends. When her classmates knew that she will be moving to America, they cried, and all of the boys in her class asked for a dance with her during her last prom. She went home with her feet so beaten up and complained about how exhausting it was to answer all this "so when are you leaving?" questions. So as soon as I learned that Jill was the only one who can go to America with my parents, I got a little worried. You see, my idea of what high school is in America is only based on movies like Mean Girls, Easy A, series like Hannah Montana, Pretty Little Liars, and stories from the news. And it's so different from what high school is in the Philippines. I mean, what if they bully her? What if they won't invite her to parties? Or what if they will, but she gets drugged? There's racism, mean popular girls, she'll have no one to talk to, get depressed, stay up all night crying, and then one day fall asleep in class. And then comes the other depressed kid, and guess what? He has a Now everyone's running out of the room, but Jill has no idea what's going on because she's still dreaming about thumb wrestling with Thanos. I know, that's a bit too much, but I just don't want my younger sister to get caught up in all that mess. So I made a commitment to check up on her as much as I can, know everything about her day, and turn it into a video. Just kidding, I was genuinely worried. They moved to America last June, so Jill had a few weeks to adjust to everything before school starts. A few days before school, Jill got to tour the campus. They gave her instructions on how things work around there, prepping her for the first day of school. Class starts, time passes by, everything was going smoothly. Until it's lunchtime, the time when Jill, an introverted small Asian immigrant, met the cafeteria. She had nowhere to sit. The place was so chaotic and was very intimidating for her. So she decided to just go to the library during lunch and only eat when she gets home. Even up to now, she never steps into the cafeteria. She's always at the library making her world studies notebook look like a freaking artwork. She draws the map of the country on the left side and writes the details on the right. She's already a few lessons ahead on some of her subjects, and I guess she's trying to read all of the books in the library. I get it, it's hard to make friends if you're an immigrant. One of the reasons why it's so hard is the language. Like most immigrants, English isn't our first language. It's hard to build confidence to talk to a native speaker. So Jill prefers not to talk instead of possibly making mistakes and being made fun of. But the first survival instinct of an immigrant is to look for someone of their own race. And she found one. So she stalked him on Instagram, DM'd him, and the guy was friendly and said he's a Filipino. And as soon as Jill thought she can finally talk to someone, the guy replied, "By the way, I don't know how to speak Filipino." So Jill never talked to him again. Just kidding, the guy checks up on her once in a while. Good kid. Most of her days end without her even saying a word, unless her world studies teacher is late because they need to fall in line outside the room, and there's this girl who always chats with her, keeps talking about random girl stuff. Jill didn't really care about most of it. She doesn't even know the girl's name, but bless that girl's soul for giving my younger sister a chance to communicate with a human being. I think language is the worst struggle for most immigrants, but Jill knows that in time she'll get that American accent and will start having a hard time speaking her native language. So to keep her Filipino language strong, she talks to herself while on the bus using only deep ancient Filipino words that even I can't understand. Sometimes she sends it to me and it makes me a bit worried that maybe Jill is going a little crazy. Spanish class is the best for a Filipino like her because our language is very similar to Spanish. So her confidence level is super high and she straight up owns the whole class. But don't get me wrong, she can understand and speak English like how I do. But there are still times when she panics and gets nervous, like the time when she wanted to go to the bathroom but she's not sure what words to use, whether or not Americans call it a restroom, toilet, comfort room, because here in the Philippines we call it CR. Also, she had to bear the curse of being an Asian student, only being allowed by the Asian gods to get straight A's. She feels like whatever she does, her whole race will be judged, and it's her duty to make her home country proud. And while Western teenagers try to look mature and older than their age, Asians try to look like a baby. So one time, Jill was like, kids here look very mature for their age. Like I saw a guy who I thought was a parent of some kid, then all of a sudden, he started smooching with my schoolmate. Then I realized the guy was a student too. Girls here look like they're Instagram models. They dress up so well, they do their makeup so perfectly. Well, I look like I just got out of my mom's womb. I don't even know how to do my brows. Asians are small, but Jill is small even for an Asian. So the class ended and she needed to get to her school bus. But it was raining in Arizona, so no one was prepared and everyone was in the hallway. So it's tall American kids versus my small Asian sis. She tried to get out but failed miserably. She saw the bus slowly moving. And all of a sudden, a miracle happened. She swooped in and out of the crowd of giant American kids and ran to the bus. But she's too small, the driver didn't even notice her, even if she was just a few steps away into getting into the bus. I asked her, what are the good things about moving to America? Well, from being a kid who doesn't look at price tags when shopping to deciding to go to community college first to save money, from being the baby of the family to depending on nobody but herself, from prioritizing her friends to genuinely enjoying reading books and studying. But seriously, Jill, you still need to make friends. She's now way more mature and I'm confident that she can survive in the real world. If you're an immigrant too, hang in there. Life will eventually be easier. And if you're not, talk to that shy classmate of yours. Maybe she needs a friend. So what about my parents? How about their first days? They have some crazy stories about America, and that will be my next video. So you better subscribe and hit that bell thingy to get notified when that video comes out. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.